In-flight entertainment, or IFE, is one of the more exciting parts of long-haul travel, with most airlines installing screens on wide-body aircraft. Depending on the airline you fly with, IFE can vary in the selection and quality of content. But how exactly do these entertainment systems work? Are they on their way out due to cost reduction? Well, let's find out. While in-flight entertainment might feel like a given on modern long-haul planes on most carriers, the technology itself is newer than you might think. You may have noticed that some older planes still have drop-down screens from the overhead panel. These screens were original IFE systems, with screens playing a single movie at a time. Passengers could individually plug in earphones and listen to the movie on the screen. Individual screens were unheard of until the late 1980s, when Northwest Airlines ran a test of a 2.7-inch in-seat display on their 747. The airline received overwhelming support for this video-on-demand system, and this sparked the IFE screen trend that we see today. However, drop-down screens remained in service until the early 2000s with some airlines, until they were gradually phased out. Nowadays, most airlines come with large in-seat displays that offer a variety of content. But how does this work? Well, IFE systems seemingly work without any visible wires. The wiring is actually tucked away into the aircraft walls, with the wiring starting in the top panel next to the oxygen masks and AC vents. These wires then connect to the power units, which are present every few rows in the sidewall of the aircraft. Some small avionics systems are also present under the seat, completing the entire system. These days, modern IFE units don't use too much wiring, allowing a few fibre optic cables to carry most of the data and power. This means the entire system is a lot lighter and streamlined now than before, where passengers routinely found large IFE boxes blocking their somewhat limited legroom. The installation of IFE units happened along with the seats when the plane is nearing completion. This allows teams to install the system and then cover up any visible wires under the interior of the cabin. The reducing weight of these systems have allowed airlines to install more of these without spending billions on the project. However, retrofitting an aircraft cabin with IFE screens can still cost over $3 million per aircraft, and the cost of fuel to operate each screen only adding to the price. So, what about content? While IFE screens are exciting, the system is only as good as the content available. This is where the individual airlines come into play. Depending on how much they are willing to pay, airlines could invest in new releases, which cost them pay-per-view or older content. According to a report from the Valor Consultancy, in-flight movies are divided into early window content and late window content, and international movies. The early window content are the most expensive and feature movies that have just left theatres. Late window content includes all older movies, which includes classics and other tend to be popular and much cheaper for the airlines. International movies tend to be the cheapest and more region-specific, with fewer options usually available, except the carrier's home country. Airlines usually negotiate content prices with Hollywood studios directly, with the price depending on the route being flown and the box office ratings of the movie in question. For other movies, airlines could just purchase the movies for a flat yearly licensing fee. The airline movie business is a big one, with the estimated market to be $425 million last year. Additional content includes music, video games, a 3D moving map, and more options. While these do all add to the cost, movies still make up the bulk of the expenditure. But IFE screens are going out of fashion. While passengers may enjoy content on their seat back, airlines are slowly realising that it's far too expensive to maintain. The additional weight of these systems, the power needed to run them, and the cost of movies and screens is extremely high for carriers. Instead, airlines are slowly moving towards a new system. Stream content directly to your device. With most passengers now flying having access to a phone, laptop or tablet, it's much cheaper for the airlines to ditch the bulky system and install in-flight Wi-Fi instead. Content can then be streamed directly to those devices, cutting costs for airlines. While this can drain the device's battery, for planes or power plants, this isn't a major issue. Now then, the future. While this year of 2020 and 21 downturn has affected most innovations in the in-flight entertainment department, with airlines focusing on reducing services, there is still a broad future for this market. The growing prevalence of in-flight Wi-Fi allows for services like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and more to become accessible over the air, shaking up the entire system as we know it. Most new generation wide bodies are also Wi-Fi ready, requiring little additional work to activate the systems. In-flight entertainment is an integral part of the flying experience now, with passengers having little to do on long-haul flights. However, as airlines look to cut costs in the coming years, we could be seeing more innovation emerge and more options to watch content on our own devices. Do you use the in-flight system on your flights? What would you like to see in the next innovation of the product? Should airlines start dropping this technology and opt for Wi-Fi? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But that is all in today's video. So please go ahead, smash the like button if you learned something today, and of course, sub to the channel if you're new around here, and share this video with friends and family. But until next time, keep your eyes on the skies.